to the Paper Snot. This is Tara. Today I am working on Scraplift Crafternoon. This is a weekly hop that my tribe members and I do. What we do is we pick a layout from somewhere on the internet, usually Instagram or YouTube. We try to find people who have accounts with 500 or less subscribers if possible, although we've been known to scraplift some of the big names as well. But our goal has always been to help bring more subscribers to the people that we are scraplifting, to help build up our fellow creators. This week we are scraplifting this gorgeous layout here. I will have all of the information that you need to find her on Instagram and scraplift her, or just ooh and ah over her awesome creations. This is a beautiful grid design with circles, and I have brought in my mini kit from Counterfeit Kit Challenge blog to help me create this layout. And I have some old photos of my youngest. This is Emily. She is now 20, but wasn't she a cute little baby? So I have a couple of papers from my mini kit, full size, and then my mini kit also included some scraps from the same collection. This is My Mind's Eye, My Girl, and I believe this was 2013, so it is an older collection, very bright. They had a boy collection that matches it, and it is actually in my main kit for Counterfeit Kit Challenge blog. I'm doing double duty this month over there because we have some design team members with some personal family issues that they needed to step away for the month of April. Anyway, I also have a piece of Vicky Bouton's foundation paper for the mixed media behind those circles. And I created a template with a die so that I could get these circles on here where I want them with the ink. I'm going to be using some spray ink and probably the packaging technique. I think the original creator just used watercolors or some sort of paint like that, but I'm going to be using the packaging technique, which is why I created this stencil. I created it out of transparency paper left over from when my kids and I homeschooled. We used to make maps with the transparencies, layered maps, and so I have a whole package of them left. So I've been using them for things like this, just to, so they don't go to waste. I'm going to pause, I'm going to get started, and I will be right back. All right, I am ready to get started here with this packaging technique. I pick up that first color, and I get it right there in the middle. And then I realized I should have started with the lighter color first. So I'm going to kind of move it aside and wipe off this little template with that rag. That rag is very stained, as you probably could see. It used to be a burp rag for my babies when they were little, and once they outgrew them, I washed them all and I moved them into dust rags. I don't have any more of them left except for that one, and that one I have just been using to clean up mixed media for years. I've washed it, it doesn't come clean anymore, and it's kind of got paint that is stuck and dried and crusty on there now, so probably should retire it, but I still use it to wipe glue off my fingers and all kinds of things. So like I said, I should have started with the lighter color first. I did not, and that's fine. I am going to just move along with these other colors and get these on here. So I thought that I was going to be using 3 colors, and I'm not going to use 3 colors. I don't know if you caught it, but that third color is not pink, it is green. And I shared on my Facebook community group this week that I almost put it on this layout if I had not been paying close attention and saw that it was actually green and not the color, which was supposed to be tattered rose in there. Then it would have been a huge mistake. So I went ahead and I wiped off my thing again, and I'm gonna get the last two colors on here. It works out pretty well. I like how this turns out. So off camera, I did go ahead and add a little bit more to darken it. You'll see that, and it actually ended up not mattering that much because you can't really see it once I get all the circles on there. All is well though. So I'm gonna back that white foundations paper with this zigzag piece of pattern paper. I'm gonna gut it first because I had another idea for this paper, but I decided I wanted to use it to mat my white paper. And so I'll just gut it and then we'll move along. So I'm gonna cut off 1/4 of an inch from every side of this. And usually I would only do like a 1/2 inch on one side and then 1/2 inch on an opposing, not the opposing side, but the another side. But because I had already done all of this work with it, I did not want my design to become off-centered. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some ATG on the back of this and get this matted, and then we're going to go ahead and build this layout. This goes together pretty fast because I did a lot of busy work off camera. All of the circles that I cut and matted, I stitched. And you're going to see here in a second that I'm putting the glue in the center, and I don't know what I was thinking because I know that it's not going to stick because of the stitching. Typically, you need to put glue on the stitches, and the reason for that is because it kind of causes a little bit of depth, kind of like using a very thin foam adhesive, and it's not in the middle, it's on the outside edges. So I should have remembered, put the glue on the stitches. I know this, but I don't know where my brain has been this week. It's been in La La Land. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to go ahead and stitch or put the glue on the stitches to make sure that these circles stick well. And you could see that I had darkened up that one spot with the sprays, this distressed stains off camera, just so that they would be a little bit darker. And I made a couple of them a little bit larger because I felt like they were not going to be seen underneath those circles, and you've only get just a little bit of a hint of the mixed media behind those circles, and that's okay. I do like how this turned out. I adore these little foam flowers that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. They match this collection just like they were meant to go with it, which is kind of cool. This collection is super old. I think I said it was 2013. I pulled out a couple of these chipboard hearts. They were not in my mini kit for Counterfeit Kit this month. They were actually in my March kit. And I went ahead and I was putting some of that away. And I decided that those hearts would go really well in my April kit. And then I pulled out a couple for this mini kit to go on this particular layout. I wanted to use a few of the gears because that is kind of our theme this month, or part of the theme this month at Counterfeit Kit. And I had these metal gears that I got at Walmart eons ago. They were actually a pack of colored ones, and they had red and yellow and green, and all I have left are more girly colors, the pink, the purple. The teal's not really girly, but it went well with this collection, so I just went ahead and I pulled 3 of those off. I'm putting my title down here, and it says Baby Emily. It doesn't show up as well as I had wanted it to, but it's good enough. I'm not spending a whole lot of time with the title on this, and I'm going to add the journaling on that label that is above that second photo. And these letters I will have to put some wet glue underneath when I stop to get everything glued down. But for the most part, this layout is finished, and I enjoyed putting it together. and I'm happy that it's done. I probably have scrapbooked these photos before for our family album, but I have not done this little one's baby book. In fact, I've only finished one of the 5 kids' baby books, and that is my 4th child, not even my first one. And actually, that's not true. I finished my oldest child's baby book. However, when we had our warehouse fire, we lost it. All right, I got this layout completely finished. I'm pretty pleased with how everything turned out. Off camera, I just glued everything down. You saw everything else on camera except for the stitching, of course. I want to thank you for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate all of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe to my channel. I adore scrapbooking, and I just want to share my joy with all of you, and I hope that that comes out in my videos. Thank you again for being here. Make sure that you check out that description box below for the playlist for Scraplift Crafternoon. My tribe works hard, and they are all so creative. You will get so many different ideas from this just one scrap lift. You guys have a great Sunday. Bye.